Hey, it's Scotch Test Dummies. I'm Scott.
Bart,
We got Wild Turkey 101.
what? Wild turkey in a plastic bottle.
It's plastic,
We're going to test it.
recycle style.
Ooh, plastic don't break.
Good point.
Yeah, you can drop it, fiddle it.
Well, anyway,
drop it around.
so I saw that. Now,
Wait, you didn't open this up, let it breathe?
no. Wild Turkey 101 is really, I would say, it's kind of a staple of the bourbon community. And
It's good.
It's good. It's
Right.
it's reliable.
Ooh, it's got a little.
It's been a while, but I can remember going to, restaurants or whatever you're out to eat, and they've got a limited supply of whiskeys.
Yeah, they're gonna have.
I
wild
was
turkey.
in Alabama. It was a few years ago, but
Roll
it was
Tide.
out, and they didn't have Scotch, but they had bourbons, and really the best selection was Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong with it.
Early
And,
on, they gave me a truck. Wild turkey
yeah,
did.
a boat and a truck,
and
wasn't
a
it?
truck. Yeah, it was all labeled up.
It was just a joke. But
Yeah, you got to go way
Bart-
back to get that one.
Bart just kept talking about
Oh,
Wild
I
Turkey.
love wild turkey early on. So he's like, Are they paying you money? I'm like, what? And then he's like, what's with that new truck you got? That dually.
So anyway, it's probably been 7 or 8 years since we have reviewed Wild Turkey 101 in a
Right.
glass bottle.
Right.
I was in the liquor store, a couple weeks ago, and I see this Wild Turkey. This is all they had were plastic bottles. There's
Oh.
no more glass bottles.
What?
Yeah. So anyway, I was told, or the liquor store's belief is that there's a supply on glass or a shortage in glass bottles.
Yeah, because they make
everybody's-
glass out of sand.
Everybody's scrambling. Well, there's such a demand. I think there's so many whiskeys, so many new distilleries, so much product coming out. It's just there's a shortage in casks as well out there. People can't keep up.
I get the cast part.
Yeah, I think it's the same with. I don't know.
I don't buy the glass part. I just think it's cheaper. I think it's cheap. Give it a go. I wasn't sure. You can pour as much. Trust me, I'm not being stingy with the 101. I didn't want to load you up. You'd be like, why you loading me up with the 101?
There's barely enough in there.
I'm glad you added another swaller.
I know it wasn't too much
Yeah,
smaller.
yeah, I'd use
one
your
of mine.
language. I
Yeah.
know. I went with that. You added a swaller in there.
Very nice, rich, sweet bourbon, cinnamon,
Yeah,
sweet cinnamon.
yeah. Sweet cinnamon. Actually, a little tiny touch of oak in there. Boy, it smells great. What is this, like $80?
But you're gonna be surprised.
We'll get to it. Yeah, you're gonna be
surprised by the price
shocked.
on this
You're gonna be shocked by it. All right, you going in?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Still no, just a very nice, sweet, little bit of rye on the nose. Yep.
God, that is good. So the corn comes through. Kettle corn sweetness. A little bit of, the oak is in there, a little oak ribbon. Back to the kettle corn and some cinnamon. What do you got?
Some root beer. I like the kettle corn.
Yeah, root beer candy.
This, so 101, 50.5%
You want a water?
ABV. That is a 750 milliliter plastic bottle.
That's a 750?
Oh, I didn't want water yet. But that's right.
It
I
was
always take a
small drop.
couple sips.
Yeah.
Especially that's the first sip of the
That's
day.
funny.
Right
That
there.
does not look like 750. I guess it is. It is.
Yeah, it does look a little
No,
small.
it looks small. It looks tiny.
That's what she said.
It was cold.
Like, hey,
shrinkage.
You can point, just
Seinfeld.
don't laugh.
Sure.
Actually, no. So it has been a while since I've had the 101. There's actually more on the palate than I was expecting, than I remember. More cinnamons, vanillas, root beer, the caramel corn, popcorn.
Yeah, kettle corn sweetness. This is why they gave me that dually. It was all labeled up. Turkeys walking around on it. What do they call that? I forget that when they put the wrap. It had a wrap. Yeah, that's it.
You still, I think, inadvertently, you still like. Well, you'll bring up rare breed quite often.
That's my second favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that oak topper. It does. It's got a little cool oak topper on it. Makes it look fancy. Bet you they're saving the glass for the rare breed.
Could be.
I love rare breed. That comes in right underneath the ECBP.
I suppose if you, I mean, even think, you know, but I guess I haven't looked at the Jack Daniels bottles, but I mean, that's a large producer.
Mm-hmm.
If you were a producer, if you were a distillery and you had this huge array of whiskeys, and then you had to go to plastic for something, you're going to choose kind of the base, the entry level, you know, whiskey to do it with. You're not going to use plastic on your higher end.
No, if they put rare breed
whiskeys
in this, I'd still drink it. But I would be like, what are they doing?
I don't know. I saw you did just add just literally a drop of water. I don't think it did anything.
No, I wouldn't think it would.
Mm-mm.
I put a heavier drop into mine and it didn't do anything.
Mm.
So,
very nice standby, go-to, staple for your bar.
Right, good mixer. Somebody wants a little something that's got that high rye mash bill.
It's not going to break the bank.
Nope.
Or maybe it will. Maybe it's gone up.
Now we got to get
maybe it's allocated.
Do we? Yeah, the plastic.
The plastic bottle allocated it.
You're like, I want the one with the plastic bottle. They're like, hold on, we're out. And you're like, I'm Scott. They're like, ooh. They reach down below. Look at that.
See?
It foamed up.
Didn't break.
Yeah, that could have broke right there. Would have been sad.
You accidentally, you're like, oh, crash.
Yeah. You could throw it to me if we were on a boat.
Yeah. Celebrating.
Yeah, toss it. All right. So, rating. Again, I still like Wild Turkey 101. I'll be honest with you. I've got a couple bottles back there. I think I even got a handle of this. I don't really go to it that often. If I did go to Wild Turkey, it'd be the rare breed. But this is good. I will give it. I'll give it an 87 because I like it.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I like it.
I was debating 86, 87.
Yeah, I was right there with you. I was like, yeah, 87 though. It's tasty. I liked it originally.
There's not a lot of depth. I mean, not a great finish here, but really the palate feel, the mouth feel. You know, palate, richness, creaminess, sweetness, bourbon notes.
Creaminess is good. And they've been doing it forever. And that is why I think the rare breed, in my opinion, is so good. The rare breed, I think, is aged. Is it 12 years? I want to say it is.
No, it's like
it feels like it.
No,
feels
it doesn't.
like it. To me, it does.
No, it doesn't.
To me, you know not what you talk about. I love the rare breed. And when that's the juice that leads to it.
I think this was either $19.99 or $21.99.
Goodness, that is a steal.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I talk about too, is that you can get really affordable bourbon.
Oh yeah, good bourbon, affordable,
super affordable.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to be upset. Throw a couple cubes in, pour a little bit of that, sit out on your porch and enjoy.
Well, we talk about two of our other favorite, $25 to $30 range. Elijah Craig small batch.
Yes, great standby.
Maker's Mark.
Yep.
Two great bourbons.
See what I like about this is that 101 proof.
The
higher? Small batch is, I think, 43.
46.
46, okay. Whereas here, you're popping up around 50.5, baby.
Yeah.
Woo.
But those are all three good bourbons that are in any liquor store that you go into, reasonably priced. You don't have to hunt for them. You don't have to stand in line to get them.
Every liquor store you go to.
And
I go, hey, where's your Wild Turkey 101? We don't got it. Bye.
It's cheap.
See ya. They'd be like, wait, we got Zima. We're trying to get rid of some Zima still.
All right.
That's a callback for you OGs.
Go to ScotchTestDummies.com. You didn't have any of our coins in here.
Well, I've got an old one. I got my favorite.
New bamboo
I'm
toppers.
Give you your favorite.
We've got toppers that seal, that push down in there. We've got glasses, hats, shirts. Let me see. Yeah, put that on. Pop it. Look at that. It popped right on there. Sealed it up. Put it on there at the end of the night. Save your whiskey.
Yeah, you can save that.
You don't have to dump it out.
You can save that one.
That's at ScotchTestDummies.com. It helps support the show. We got all kinds of merch. Keeps the lights on. Keeps the whiskey coming. This was bought with Patreon.
Boom. So you go to Patreon. Once you're there, you're going to look up Scotch Test Dummies. Then you can go in and support for as little as $1 a month, 2, 3. You can do 3 per video. You can adjust it in any way you want.
And if you're in Wichita, go to R&J Discount Liquor in Douglas and Hillside.
That's right. They like you. Tell them the Dummies.
Great whiskey selection.
Scotch it. You Scotch gods.
Cilantro.
Dummies.
Dummies.